So it's a nice, warm, as expected in the Central Valley, summer day here in Delray, California. And we are sitting on a patio on the Masumoto family farm. We have just finished the first weekend of the annual peach picking, of which I've been on a team that has been doing this 5 years. And I am with two members of the Masumoto family.
Hello!
Hello, welcome to the farm.
Thank you. So we have Mas.
I'm Masumoto. I'm the old guard of the farm now. My grandparents immigrated from Japan, were farm workers. My parents bought this farm after relocation. My dad took a huge gamble. I was born and raised here, and then gradually partnered and took over the farm, made it organic, and then Nikiko, our daughter, joined us and is a partner on the farm.
Yeah, so I'm Nikiko. I'm Yonsei, fourth generation Japanese American. So we are sitting in front of the house that my grandparents built, that my dad grew up in as a child. Mm-hmm. So these are some of the layers of meaning and family and the kind of perspective of long-term sustainability that is part of the core of who we are as a family farm. I'm getting to touch and work the same soil that my great-grandparents did. Always brings great meaning to me. And so this is part of the power that we're hoping to share with people when they eat one of our peaches or nectarines or apricots or raisins, is that they feel something more than just a transaction, right? We're hoping that the story of the land, the story of the people who work the land, get communicated through flavor, and that makes us, rather than a seller and a buyer, we hope that people feel like they're in relationship with us.
There's a sense of legacy here on the farm that we want to be part of this operation, where it's not just about what's the newest thing, what's the most progressive thing, but it's something that combines a sense of history, a sense of the past, a sense of the place is in each fruit that we grow, each organic nectarine, organic peach, organic apricot, organic raisin, that it's all part of this, both the past and the present and the future at the same time.
So behind us is the stone fruit orchard, and you have quite a variety of peaches, all heirloom varieties, not typical supermarket varieties. And we just picked Elberta peaches and Legrand nectarines. Can you tell us a little bit about the varieties?
The Legrand, I grew up with the Legrand. It was this classic nectarine variety that was developed probably post-war, around the 1950s-ish, and it became the standard of the industry. Beautiful, full-size nectarine with deep, deep flavor. And like many of these heirloom varieties, it fell out of favor because it didn't have the shelf life and it wasn't this perfect red nectarine with it. But we've kept it, we sustained it, and one way we've sustained it is we have this adoption where people could adopt the tree and be part of the farm for at least a few days, harvesting this fruit and understanding where the food comes from, not in just a cerebral sense, but in a literal sense, that they could pick a fruit and know that, gee, when I pick a fruit, I can't put it back. So there's this sense of ownership that's with it, too. And Nikiko could describe the Elberta.
Yeah, the Elberta peaches are another heirloom variety, and the Elberta were really the inspiration for this Adopt-a-Tree program of bringing people to the farm, because the Elberta are really hard to ship. They're very delicate, and so instead of discontinuing growing a peach like this, we thought, what is another model? What is another structure? What is another relationship that we can have with eaters? And so 16 years ago, we started the Adopt-a-Tree program, and we're still going and still learning, and especially this year in the age of COVID, adapting to what is needed to keep people safe, but also to continue our essential work that we take very seriously, the responsibility of growing food. And for me personally, during the challenge of this living through a global pandemic, the trees have really reminded me over and over and over again despite the darkness, despite the uncertainty, the earth is still feeding us. The earth is still growing nourishment. So it's our honor and our job to transfer, to help steward that nourishment to people. And so that's what we're doing.
And one of the dynamics of this whole coronavirus phase era pandemic that we're in is understanding the role of food in our lives and also understanding the food chain. That it's not simply you can go to a restaurant and get food made for you by somebody else. It disrupted all that. And this year has been a real eye-opening experience for us to understand exactly how all that works. And I think people are much more aware of that. Not just the phrase, where does your food come from, but literally understanding all the hands that are involved and the dynamic of the role of essential workers, from the farm worker in the field to the truck driver to the distributor to the retail outlet. This is all part of that food chain that people tended to just sort of gloss over when they think of farm to fork. No, there's many things in between that are essential, and that's part of this sustainable organic operation that we have and we want to partner in too.
Well, we were nervous that you might have to cancel it. Of course, you would have had to find another outlet for your peaches. And so happy when you didn't and we were able to come here and see you as we do at least every summer. It was a different experience than in the past years, but it was a real special one.
Thank you.
So thanks for hosting us, our team for the 5th year and teams all over for 16 long years now.
And again, it was an idea of the continuity and yet the idea that we are in a world of transition too. And how do we cope with the past and the present and the future?
Yeah, and we're grateful. We're very grateful. And I think this moment for me is it really takes me back to what are our values: caring for the earth, caring for each other, equity, making sure how can we push and pull and empower systems and structures that feed people equally, that treat people equally, and that transfer some of those legacies of wounds into legacies of healing. That's what's been on our minds and hearts.
Very nice.
So welcome to our farm.
Thank you both.
Thank you.